What up, you guys? We are here for our weekly energy oracle forecast. I was at my work's annual Christmas party last night. We always do it after the holidays since we are a restaurant. We're busy through the holidays, so that was fun. And now today I'm in recovery mode. Catching up. So after this, I will make our weekly anchor message. But for now, we're going to take a look at the next 7 or 8 days to see what kind of spiritual weather we will be having and living and moving in. So the first card out is Embrace. There's a lot of crazy energy in the air right now. The circumstances for so many people are very disrupted and chaotic. And it is a difficult situation to navigate through. And the pain of it is almost overwhelming. And it is unavoidable. But one thing then that can help ease suffering is to give up fighting the moment. And what that looks like when you're fighting the moment, it's like you are, I can't believe this is happening. Oh, this is so unfair. Oh, this is so, awful. And I can't believe this and I don't want to accept it. Or it's like you don't want to accept that the situation has happened. And so it kind of prevents you from moving through and out of the situation. And it's like this radical acceptance of, okay, like this has happened. There's nothing I can do about it. Other than accept what has transpassed and then figure out how to pick up the pieces and move forward from here. And so when we can come to a state of radical acceptance of the situation, of what it is, you don't have to like it, you don't have to approve of it, it doesn't have to make you feel good. But if you are ready to accept the reality of the situation, then that's like the first major step to empowering yourself to show up with sovereignty and to be able to move forward with strength. So wherever we might find ourselves in the moment, whether you are in dire straits or whether you're just feeling sort of restlessness and impatience for, new things and positive experiences to come into your life. We're anxious for the sun to return, but we have to release our timeline and surrender to the winter season where we get quiet and we hibernate and we let go of control. And we face uncertainty and scarcity and fear, and we sit in the darkness and we let it do its work on us, so that when the light does return, there's all this new life that comes with it. So finding acceptance in this moment and embracing where you're at, even though it might feel impossible in the moment. And so that's really what's going to help us start to harmonize and find that cosmic flow and get into that miracle zone is what I like to call it. The more that we share vibrational affinity with the light, the more that we share conscious affinity with the light, the more that we become more like God. And the more we adopt those aspects, then we are in resonance with that force. And that opens us up to a world of miracles and protection and comfort and stability and certainty and synchronicity. But when we fall out of affinity with God, with the light of the Creator, and we go into disharmony and dissonance, and we fall into fear, and we become reactive, and we start to act in desperation and act impulsively, then that throws us into chaos, because we're no longer in vibrational resonance with the likeness of God. And so we separate ourselves from that energy, from that force. And so, the grace is that we can, the moment that we realize it, we can shift our consciousness and reconnect. But, when it comes to God, that light is always emanating, and it's eternal and unwavering. But we, the vessel, sometimes are closed off and sometimes we're open, depending on kind of our state of faith and our state of certainty. And certainty is this quality of faith that transcends logic. It's like you can believe in something before you can see it, before there's any logical reason to. And when you have certainty, this isn't the kind of certainty that says, oh yes, I have the answers. I just know everything's going to work out in this specific way, or like holding on to a determination that you're going to get your way. It's not the same. It's knowing that regardless of how the circumstances are presenting and playing out, that you know that God is with you through all things. And that the tighter you can hold on to that awareness, then the safer you become through moving through the situation. And doors begin to open, and gates open, and provision comes, and synchronicities happen, and you become, you start to receive favor, blessing, and light. But it comes from that certainty, that faith that God can move in any situation, and even the most dire straits that were meant to ruin you can actually be flipped around, and actually God can change that situation and turn it around to actually lift you up and move you forward. So, never lose hope that whatever situation you find yourself in, on the other side of it, there can be good that comes out of it. Okay, and so just being in that kind of certainty, it gives you this inner peace and this inner relief. And when you have that, it makes you so much more stable in your mental landscape, in your emotional landscape, in your vibrational landscape. And so your outer circumstances, your outer environment begins to harmonize, because your inner environment is also in harmony. All right. What do we have here? Ooh, build. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people are trying to figure out how to rebuild their homes and their lives. They've got to decide whether they want to rebuild or build something new somewhere else, or pursue a new life, in a new way. So even if you're not affected by this wildfire disaster in LA, we're at the point of the year, January is when we start thinking about what we want to build through the year and what we want to achieve and expand on and go deeper in. And so a lot of people have had to reconsider what they thought they were going to do. It's like we plan and God laughs, right? But we can, it doesn't mean that we just give up and, we don't make any effort. We can tune in and listen to our heart and what our heart wants to build this year, and still keep working towards that. Things maybe have gotten off to a rocky start, but that is not a sign to give up. Definitely persevere. This is the point of the phases of creation when you're putting in all the effort, and then suddenly the light is removed from the situation, and you're being tested to see like what's real within you and what isn't, what is anointed and alive, and what do you have an active desire to continue to pursue, and what do you just not have the heart to keep going with anymore? I think a lot of people that are coming through the situation are reevaluating what is really important to them moving forward, and that things might be changing in the way that they decide to build this new life. In addition to it just being January and thinking about what we want to manifest in our year, this is also the new timeline where we have already been clearing the way to create a new story for ourselves. So, we think about that. We're like, okay, well, this is a new chapter and a new opportunity to build something that is in alignment and in integrity with my soul. And we get to, go back and circle back again and say, okay, what's in alignment with me now? I've gone through a lot of transformation and changes. So the things that I'm feeling called towards, or the things that I value, maybe shifting and changing as well. So we get to go back and sort of, reflect and take another look and take inventory at what we are building and what we want to build. All right, last card. I feel like it's this. Ooh, and feel. Yeah, we really can't get out of feelings right now. The full moon in Cancer, it's in its home sign. It's just really magnifying all of the emotions that we are feeling, that people are feeling, that we've suppressed. Everything is just coming out to show us our world and the level of security that we have, the level of stability that we have. Everything that's not good for the household, Mama Bear is exposing it to the world right now. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, and it's like the mother of the zodiac has come in and she's like, hey, look, these things aren't working. This is actually a threat to the house. This is a liability here. This is not good for the family. So let's clean this up. This isn't good for the self, and this is, and what's going to give us long-term stability, what's going to create long-term value, not instant gratification. So, a lot of our feelings are coming up to kind of magnify some of the things that we might feel is our time to change. So much is happening right now, whether it be to you personally or just like being in the world and watching it all unfold, that it's almost hard to process and take it in. And sometimes that makes it easier to just not feel at all and to avoid, thinking about these things and looking at them and avoiding feeling all the things that they bring up, and I mean, when we watch people go through these things, it's scary because it reminds us that this could be us at any given time, that things can change so fast. And so, these fears, these insecurities, all of these feelings, the feelings of grief people are experiencing right now, we can't bypass those feelings, or else they'll be festering, for one, within us, and they'll be causing sickness because of that. But also because this is the opportunity that we have where everything is exposed, everything is highlighted that needs to be repaired, that needs to be strengthened, reevaluated, the toxicity coming up, the corruption coming up, the infrastructure that needs to be tightened up. All of it is coming up. And then all the things in our own hearts, what we value, what we believe, what we've been caught up in, if we've been distracted, if we've been taking life for granted, like all of this is coming up. And so when these events break our hearts open and turn our lives upside down, it's in those moments that have the most potency for self-revelation, self-discovery, for growth, for healing, for deepening our understanding and our compassion and our devotion and our commitment, and deepening our bonds in the community, strengthening our resilience. So I think that whilst this has been a dark and devastating beginning of the year, I think there's also a lot of light being revealed through these situations as well. And people are doing very courageous things for one another, and they're putting each other out for one another, and they're showing up and they're supporting one another, and they're showing each other love and support. So I think that is something that has been needed for a minute, because our country has been so divided that sometimes we need these times to bring the unity back. I mean, it's biblical truth that in unity we have power, and in dissonance and in division we lose our power. That's why it's part of the credo of the United States, and our core value is that united we stand, but divided we fall. And that goes true in political scenarios, in day-to-day life, within our households, and within ourselves. So when we're promoting unity and brotherhood and love and sharing, that actually creates miracles and safety and protection and blessing. And it's when we fall into separation, division, grudges. You can disagree with people and still be in unity. You can still accept them. You can still have respect and esteem and treat them with dignity and care about them, but you can still disagree in that. Whereas I think, everybody's boiling point has been up to here, and our disagreements have led to complete intolerance and total division. And it's something that we're going to have to, if we're going to find a bridge to mend this, this difference and this divide, we've got to start coming together. So it starts with feeling what we need to feel. And sometimes that is not great, but we will get through this. And, things are never the same forever, and pain dissipates over time. And on the other side of pain, some real beauty can be revealed through that. So don't lose hope, don't lose faith. Keep putting your prayers and your heart out to those who are in need and in suffering throughout the world right now. Be a comfort where you can. And happy full moon in Cancer. That's going on tonight. Also, my 2025 predictions series is in the description box below. I think it is an invaluable tool to have throughout the year. There is an annual overview with channeled messages and a tarot and oracle reading, full Celtic cross spread. There's a few journal questions to sort of set your intention and your consciousness to begin the year. Then there are quarterly overviews for each season with questions that will help you workshop your life through those times. And then there are monthly readings that also have journal questions that will help you keep your consciousness aligned and will help you stay on track and in alignment. All right, you all, I hope this has served you well, and let me know in the comments what's going on. Let me know if you have been affected in any of this. Maybe we can all, keep praying for people if they bring them their stuff up in the comments. So, all right, y'all, take care. Bye.